This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Marion's longtime head football coach Stan DeCoste has announced his retirement. We have that story and so much more next. It ended up being a very busy Thursday here at FYI, your place for 24 hours of your community news and information. I'm Ken Karen. I want to thank you for watching. Here's why it was so busy. This is your information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Congressman Lou Barletta is staying in Congress. Barletta, who was under consideration for Secretary of Labor in the Trump administration, withdrew his name from consideration. Lisa Sugart spoke with him today via phone.
After much thought, prayer, and discussion with my family and my close friends, I decided that I'm going to remain in Congress, and I withdrew from consideration the Secretary of Labor cabinet position.
How difficult of a decision was that?
It was a very difficult decision, one that I took my time with. It's not often, or maybe never, will I ever have another opportunity to even consider being in the president's cabinet. But after thinking it through, what made the decision for me was that I had to weigh being a member of Congress with great influence because of my relationship with President Trump and his administration. And in a position where I can work on issues that have been a priority for me, issues that I have a passion for, such as securing our border and dealing with the problem of illegal immigration. This is also the president's priority. And now having that kind of influence here in Congress and seeing it through versus considering being a secretary that has a very narrow issue area that I would work on, where I would no longer have any say in how our borders are secured or dealing with the problem of illegal immigration. I serve on the Homeland Security Committee, so I will have a front row seat and the president's backing and support in dealing with that issue. Also, transportation and infrastructure, something that's very important to me. I serve as a chairman of a subcommittee on transportation, and the president has a very aggressive infrastructure plan for America. And being the go-to person for him here in Congress, after weighing those two areas, I've decided that I can do more for our country and for our district and the people back home to stay in Congress and work in areas that I care about.
Barletta will continue to serve on the Transition Team Executive Committee for President-elect Donald Trump. After 43 years on the staff and 300-plus wins, Marion's head football coach has stepped down. Stan DeCoste has become a fixture on the sidelines at Men of Marion Stadium, leading the Colts to a number of championships, including a state title in 1990. In 2015, the team won a District 11 Single-A championship, and this year they were runners-up. Here's what DeCoste had to say at a press conference earlier today.
I've thought about things, and with the family growing, and there were times when I wanted to do some things and couldn't, which makes it it's part of the job. After the season, we talked, I said, I'm going to give it 3 weeks, work things out, and go with the pros and the cons, and just felt very comfortable. The emotion I feel today is not sadness. It's the emotion of the people that have helped make me here, because we're very proud of what we've done. Our goal is always winning season, playoffs, make noise in the playoffs. But there's nothing better on a Friday night than going up in that field with the people standing like this to buy tickets down both sides and coming up the hill and seeing that stands filled over there and the crowd there. You can't put a price on that. Am I going to miss that? Yeah, I'm going to miss it big time. But I think I'm ready to move on to different things.
DeCoste is still going to teach at Marion, and he'll remain the school's athletic director. He says that they want to have a new coach in place after the holidays and that he'll see if current members of the coaching staff want to be considered. You can see more of DeCoste's press conference at facebook.com/SSPTV News, and we'll have a lot more coverage tomorrow on FYI. You'll hear from DeCoste, plus we'll hear what his son and wife had to say after the press conference. Again, that's tomorrow on FYI. In other news, Hazleton city officials are concerned about a proposed Luzerne County fee, and that concern has prompted Mayor Jeff Cassat to attend the next meeting of Luzerne County Council. The county is considering a $5 vehicle registration fee that would be used to maintain county bridges and roads. However, the mayor says that there is not 1 foot of county roads inside the city. Council President Jack Mundy directed City Clerk Lisa Shima to write the county a letter of disapproval. The mayor plans to attend the county council meeting on Tuesday. A bowling tournament will be held this weekend in memory of a man who loved the sport. The David Gombert Memorial Bowling Tournament will take place Sunday at 10 a.m. at Stanton Lanes in Wilkes-Barre. David's longtime friend John Metz organized the event to benefit the Gombert family. The 27-year-old Gombert was shot and killed on November 1st in Klein Township. This is a handicap bowling tournament and everyone is eligible to bowl. There is an $800 guaranteed first place prize. The entry fee is $50. For more information, email jmetz89@verizon.net or go to David Gombert Memorial Bowling Tournament presented by John Metz on Facebook. It's going to get really cold this weekend, but we don't mind the cold in this area. In fact, it's just how we like our pizza. Like Frankie's Cold Pizza and their Pizza Express, now bringing you their box cold pizza right to your door. And you have a chance to win a box of 12 slices of Frankie's Cold Pizza with their signature sauce and cheese blend, baked fresh all day with no preservatives. Call us now, 570-459-9813, extension 104. Leave your name and number, and one name will be drawn at random to win. You must pick up your prize at Frankie's by the close of business on Sunday, and be sure to check out the delivery schedule for Frankie's Express on their Facebook page. Coming up next on FYI, our weekly local history segment, and this edition is all about the history of our local newspaper, the Hazleton Standard-Speaker. And later, the Cunningham Crusher, Russ Kanzler, and his buddy Champ stop by Hazleton to visit the kids at the Helping Hand Society. We'll talk with both of them. Stay tuned.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard-Speaker.
Once again, pleased to welcome back our good friend Charles McElwee, who is a local historian. He is a member of the Board of Directors for the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum, always shining the spotlight on that wonderful edifice right here in our area that contains so much history. And here today talking about an important part of our history as well. We are media partners with the Hazleton Standard-Speaker, and you're going back to days gone by when it was being called, I guess, a paper for the people.
Right, so the Hazleton Standard-Speaker right now is celebrating their 150th year, but back in the 1880s, there were 2 newspapers, the Hazleton Sentinel and the Hazleton Plain-Speaker. And just like Hazleton as a town, which at the height of the industrial age at that time was going through profound demographic, economic, and cultural change, so too was the journalism industry. So at one point in the early 1880s, we only had 1 newspaper here, the Hazleton Sentinel, which was a paper for the elite. It reflected the views of the Hazleton's ruling business class, and they wrote the advertisements to keep the paper running. But by the end of the decade, in came the Hazleton Plain-Speaker, which was started by John Dershuk, whose house, a beautiful Victorian, you can still see on North Laurel Street. But they started this paper with the intention of marketing it as the paper for the working man. And they put in, as a business manager, a guy named Dominic Sweeney, an Irishman, who it was more or less a way to show that there was equal ethnic representation in what they had in the paper by targeting Irish miners as well as a little bit of everything in terms of population in the city. So it was an interesting development, and the paper, which in the way it marketed itself, was really ahead of its time.
Well, now we see the paper still a prominent role in our community. Things have changed drastically since then. I wonder what they would say back then when they see how things are now and with the advent of social media on top of it.
Right. So back then, I mean, what made the Plain Speaker so progressive was that they actually wanted to turn the paper into a tabloid, back before we knew what tabloids were. But there was such upheaval in the reaction on the population that they had to get rid of the tabloid edition within 3 weeks. But today you're looking at the evolution of media, and we certainly saw this throughout 2016. And when you're looking at a newspaper, you're looking at different forms of media, whether it's earned media, which, as we saw in the presidential race, Donald Trump was the master of earned media in terms of getting quotes in the press or FaceTime on video. But you also have paid media, traditional advertisements, and you have different forms of media, sponsored content through owned media, which is really websites, social media. So when you see sponsored content now, you're actually seeing the evolution of journalism where it's not just a reporter with the newspaper reporting, but content that's actually paid for by a corporation that masquerades as a traditional journalistic piece. And it's really, what we're seeing today is just an evolution of stuff that has been going on for decades. I mean, even when we're talking about owned media, that's really just evolving from the company town newspaper, which we would have seen in the 1880s or the early 20th century. Like Hershey, Pennsylvania had a company paper. It was owned by the chocolate company, so it really wasn't an independent press there. So social media is obviously, the internet is obviously the future of journalism, but as we see locally, the Hazelton Standard Speaker and SSPTV has stayed ahead of its time by following the trends and responding to them very effectively for our region.
Well, we hope to do so for many years to come. If you would like to learn more about the history of our area, always check out the Greater Hazelton Historical Society and Museum. And to learn more about the history of the paper as well, you can go to standardspeaker.com. They've been posting many articles about their wonderful history celebration. So we continue to bring you more history and facts right here on SSPTV.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Here's Hazelton City Hall looking all festive on a cold Thursday morning. At least it was sunny. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly cloudy. We'll have a low of 21 degrees with wind gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. Friday could be snowy. 30% chance of snow showers, mainly afternoon. Mostly cloudy with a high near 30. Wind gusts as high as 31 miles per hour. And we could see less than half an inch of snow. On Friday night, 30% chance of snow showers, mainly before 8 p.m. Partly cloudy. Low of 20 degrees, and we could have snow accumulation of, again, less than half an inch. Saturday, a chance of flurries between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Partly sunny, high of 28. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Our low is 19 degrees. On Sunday, another 30% chance of snow, mostly cloudy, high near 30. Sunday night, 60% chance of snow, mainly after 8 p.m. We'll go down to 27 degrees. On Monday, once again, snow likely, high of only 35. And Monday night, 50% chance of snow before 8 p.m., low of 22 degrees.
The American Red Cross in West Hazelton recently celebrated a major milestone. Here to tell us all about it is Dave Skutnik. Dave is the Regional Communications Manager for the American Red Cross. I guess happy anniversary is in order.
Yeah, we hit the century mark in the Hazelton area. The American Red Cross was actually chartered in the Hazelton area on December 4th, 1916. So just this past Sunday, we hit 100 years here in the Hazelton area. And it's neat. You can actually see in our office, there's a copy of the original charter, and it is signed by then President Woodrow Wilson. So yeah, that was a while ago.
Wow. And things have really changed since then.
Yes, they sure have. But really the basics of the American Red Cross are the one thing that haven't changed. Obviously, when you think 1916, you know, the primary function of the Red Cross was helping our military members back then. So you had World War I winding down, and then, of course, you had World War II later on. So the Red Cross really got its start on the battlefield, helping military members, helping their families back here at home, and all kind of cope with everything that was going on. And that's a service that actually does still continue today as well, and we've just added to that in the century since.
For anybody who's not familiar with the Hazleton chapter or West Hazleton chapter, I don't know if there's anybody who isn't, but maybe just refresh their memory on the many services that are provided there and the help you need to continue those services.
Of course, when everyone thinks about the American Red Cross, you think about blood donations. So we are the largest supplier of blood in northeastern Pennsylvania to our hospitals. So you have blood. Number two, responding to disasters. Not only the major things that you see on the news across the country, but locally. If a house fire. Back on Thanksgiving, we had a significant house fire in the Freeland area that left a family of 7 with nowhere to live. The Red Cross and its volunteers, people literally dropped what they were doing, eating Thanksgiving dinner, and raced out to help that family. So that's what the Red Cross does as well. In addition, we offer a lot of health and safety classes, so CPR training, first aid training, things like that. And we're always looking for a couple of things: donations of blood, donations of time, volunteers, and of course financial donations if you can, especially during the holidays, because this is our busiest time of year.
And what's the best way to send in a donation, or what should they do? Call, or how do they do it?
Easy. 3 ways. You can either call 1-800-RED-CROSS. You can visit us on the web at redcross.org and donate there, or you can text the word Red Cross, all one word, to 90999, and that'll donate $10 right from your cell phone bill right to the Red Cross. Quick and easy.
Right, that is easy, and it's a great gift for somebody too to maybe make a donation in someone's honor, because maybe they have everything and they would like to help somebody. So that's a perfect gift for this holiday season.
Absolutely. What do you get someone who has everything? Well, you can help someone who has just lost everything to something like a house fire or another disaster, and you can do that by donating to the Red Cross.
Absolutely, very well said. Well, happy anniversary and many more years of the American Red Cross. We don't know where we'd be without them, because they do take care of everyone in need. Hopefully you never do need their services, but if you do, please know they are there to help.
Thank you, Lisa. From the Red Cross to our green screen, here's your midday winning lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 15, pick 3, 392, pick 4, 9580, and pick 5, 60526. Sports is all about mascots when we come back on FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The holiday season and people are busy buying gifts and decorating, so it's understandable they might need a few days off of work. Well, Champ, the mascot for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, needed a day off, so his friend and former major leaguer Russ Kanzler asked me if I could help out the mysterious creature who roots for the Rail Riders. I agreed to fill in for Champ for a day as Russ took the Rail Rider show on the road to Helping Hands Society in Hazleton. Helping Hands is a nonprofit organization that helps kids with special needs and their families.
Now, Russ, let's talk about Champ a little bit. This is the mascot for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. What do you know about him, just from you played in the organization and you work for the organization now?
You know, every mascot's a little bit of a mystery, so we don't know much about Champ. We do know that Champ was born under the bleachers of Yankee Stadium, so that's kind of where he rose from. We're not really sure what Champ is, okay, but Champ's just like any other prospect in the Yankees organization. He's trying to make it to the big leagues. He's trying to make it to the big leagues. So he's working on his game at the minor league level, hoping someday maybe he'll get the call up to the big team at Yankee Stadium. So there's a couple things that Champ needs to work on from a development standpoint. Champ needs to work on his dance game a little bit. That's something that he works on every offseason, trying to get better at. He does pride himself on being the best T-shirt launcher in the country. That's kind of what he prides himself on. So really good there. Just needs to work on the dancing.
Any training on the T-shirt launcher? You did not bring that with you?
No, we didn't bring we didn't think it would be good for the T-shirt launching with a couple 4- and 5-year-olds. I mean, get in front of it, right? Yell.
It's powerful, right? Have you used it?
I've used it, yeah. I mean, that's something as a player when you have that downtime, you're working through the catacombs of a stadium looking for kind of things to play with, especially during rain delays. So
I don't know. For some reason, there's a connection. It's not that I'm calling you a dog. It's like a therapy dog. Yeah. Children just relate to characters sometimes that they feel are friendly and they feel relaxed around them, and it just makes them feel good. And feeling good splashes over into performing better, behaving better, and which our children are really good anyway, but it's just a feel-good thing, it is.
Very last thing, you mentioned the great things that Russ does. You guys do a lot of great things here at Helping Hands. Your staff is great as well. I mean, let's talk about some of the amazing things you do here and what Helping Hands is really all about.
I am blessed. I am truly blessed. The area is blessed to have the staff that work so hard and they're so dedicated for so little. I mean, their reward, really, their pay is from the progress they see in the children, because they truly, truly have changed lives.
I'll tell you what, we're reporters and people do this. It's not because, oh, hey, look at us, we're part of the story. You want to get the feeling of, well, what's it all about? You know, you really want to feel it. And to be very honest, I did today. I felt that, you know, you want to bring this goodness to the area. And I felt it for a day, man. Yeah. Being at Helping Hands, the good work that they do, and being around this. I have such joy right now from here. I could say, hey, I want to go up to Ray Rav's game. I'm pumped up. So that's why we do it. And we hope you got it through on that story as well. And look out for Russ, because he plans on doing this much, much more. As we were walking out, I don't think it was on camera, Helping Hands thanked you, and you said, hey, listen, I love this area.
Yeah, this is my hometown, so this is where I want to strike first. And I think I mentioned it when we were talking to the media a little bit. You know, from the Rail Riders' perspective, we want people in Hazleton to know that we're just as much a part of this community as we are the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre community. And personally, this is my hometown. I love this area, and you did an awesome job, man. You really did. You killed it. You're gonna be pulling out mask fuzz, champ fuzz for the next couple days. So
I shaved this morning. You got caught in the beard. Well, Russ, thank you very much. And again, check out the Rail Riders online. And of course, this spring as baseball comes back to our area. I will have much more on this story on an upcoming episode of Out of Left Field on SSPTV. Now, to learn more about the work they do at Helping Hands in Hazleton, go to helpinghandsociety.com. To learn more about our community, stay tuned. There's more FYI after this message from Bottlenecks. It's Thursday. Go crazy. It's boneless wing night at Bottlenecks. 50 cents a wing. You can add a small order of fries for only $1.50.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Heights Terrace School will be holding a holiday shopping night Friday, December 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. Come and get all of your holiday shopping done, all under one roof. They'll have candy, wreaths, jewelry, Pampered Chef, Keep Collective, Young Living Oils, Christmas ornaments, and more. Also, they'll have food and bake sale, and admission is free. For info, just call 570-459-3221. And finally, Holy Rosary Parish, 240 South Poplar Street in Hazleton, be hosting a free community luncheon Saturday, December 10th from 10:30 a.m. to noon in the community room of the church. All are welcome to attend, and a special thank you goes out to the Hazleton Rotary Club and the Weinberg Northeast Regional Food Bank. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joanne Carmonic of Walnutport. Mass is Friday at 10:30 a.m. at the St. Nicholas Catholic Church. Friends may call Thursday from 7 to 8:30 and Friday from 9 to 10 at the Schisler Funeral Home. John J. Laskowski of Tresco. Mass is Saturday at 11 a.m. in the Most Precious Blood Church. Friends may call Saturday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. The Fierro Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Andrew McHale of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Joseph J. Palisek of Jeansville. Funeral is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. William Roberts of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Boyle Funeral Home. And Lowell T. Olshafer of Zion Grove. Memorial service is Friday at 8 p.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Dolores Jacobs of Hazleton. Dolores, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Astronaut John Glenn has passed away, and he had many accomplishments, but how about this one? According to astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, Glenn was married for 73 years. That's it for FYI. We'll see you again on Friday. Take it easy, everyone.